Hey friends, welcome back to Cricket. As you'll shortly notice, this video was filmed a long time ago, well before the 3.0 update. But I did want to catch you up on the island's happenings. First things first, we have a visitor, so let's head on over to the airport and see who it is. It's Lottie from Paradise Planning, and she's wearing a cozy parka for that chilly winter weather. Speaking of chilly winter weather, I am filming this on February 1st, and last night, believe it or not, we got snow flurries in Florida. I am pretty exhausted because I stayed up all night trying to catch a glimpse, and I didn't even see one snowflake. I'm so bummed. But that's okay. I still have plenty of time left in the snow on Cricket. Lottie's introduction kickstarts our ability to go to work as a designer at Paradise Planning on the archipelago with the Happy Home Paradise DLC. We won't be doing that today though, maybe in a future video. Speaking of introductions, let's head to Resident Services and meet Isabel. We will also complete the customization workshop. Tom explains that Isabel will essentially be his right hand, if you will. She will be assisting with the morning announcements, villager complaints, island evaluations, and updating the island's flag and tune. Later on, we will also be able to speak with her about island ordinances. Tom Nook is now the head of the construction and consultation counter, where you can get assistance with infrastructure like bridges, inclines, building or home relocation, home expansion, and later storage expansion. Just make sure that you have plenty of bells on hand because the services Tom provides are never cheap. If you don't have many bells by this point, I would recommend stocking up. You can participate in the stock market, if you like to gamble, hit rocks to find your money rock, plant bell bags inside of the shiny spot in the ground, pop balloons, and sell things you don't need. Before we get started on the customization workshop, let's hold a ceremony for the upgraded Resident Services building. The ceremonies are short and sweet, and you'll get an adorable photo op at the end. We really are an odd bunch. Random villagers. To complete the customization workshop, Tom will send you the recipe for a wooden wardrobe, which you will need to craft from materials gathered on the island. Once finished, he will give you the extra kits to use on other furniture. When you run out, you can purchase more from the cabinet at Nook's Cranny. Please note that not everything can be customized with customization kit, and you will need the help of Cyrus and Reese at the Collective on Harv's Island once unlocked. I think for right now, I will just choose dark brown. Now that that's done, I'll just place the wardrobe outside with most of my other furniture. It's important to place a ton of furniture outside when you are just getting started because that will contribute to your island rating. Also, be sure to plant tons of flowers and trees. Today's main goal is to focus on Project KK and getting this island to a 3-star island rating to essentially lure KK Slider into playing a concert on our island. We have a long way to go, so there's going to be a lot of time traveling ahead to save time. You know, if I wasn't creating content for YouTube, I'd imagine I'd still be playing the game as intended by going slow, but let's face it, we don't have that kind of time on this channel. In order to do that, we will have several tasks to complete, such as building a campsite, inviting more villagers, and decorating the island, or just throwing a bunch of stuff everywhere to make Isabel think we are actually decorating. I will need to run back to my house to grab all of the building materials I've gathered, so on the way back I will stop and chat with Mabel. Mabel will make a few visits to the island before setting up shop with her sister Sable. So be sure to stop by and purchase at least 5,000 bells worth of items from her to unlock the Able Sisters tailor shop. Opening the tailor shop is one of my personal favorite things to do because not only can you purchase from a larger selection of clothing and accessories, but you can also access the custom designs portal if you have a Nintendo Switch online membership to download other players' custom designs or upload your own. Eventually, you'll be able to redeem your Nook Miles for an app on your phone that will allow you access to the portal anytime you'd like, even if the Able Sisters shop is closed. This snowflake sweater is so cute. Once I have crafted the campsite setup kit, I can place it anywhere I want on the island. Luckily, we have the perfect waterfront spot for it temporarily. Too bad it's snowing and cold. My island has that ocean effect snow and it looks absolutely frigid. This looks good enough for now. Once we've checked in with Tom and Isabel, we can time travel to the next day. Honestly, the next day is kind of a wash. Tom and Isabel pretty much just tell you that the campsite has been constructed, but they weren't able to accommodate for a villager on the first day. So I think we will just deal with this stranded seagull, Gulliver, Gulliver's alter ego, and then move on to the next day. Gulliver laments that he was tossed off his ship and lost his trusty communicator, so naturally it is our duty to help him find it. I tell ya, we get roped into doing pretty much everything on this island. Behind the scenes, I purchased a wetsuit from Nook's Cranny. The wetsuit allows you to dive and swim in the ocean where you can dive for sea creatures and Gulliver's communicator. The sea creatures you find can be donated to Blathers, and any duplicates you find can be displayed on your island or sold at Nook's Cranny in exchange for bells. Aha! Found it! Now let's bring it back to Gullivar. Just like with Gulliver, once you hand in the communicator, he will send you something in the mail as a reward the following day. Gulliver sends iconic wonders of the world, and Gullivar sends pirate-themed items. They are all really cute. Before we move on to the next day, I wanted to show off these awesome clouds. Today is the day. We have our very first campsite villager. The first campsite villager always has a smug personality, and while that is my favorite personality type, I can only think of a couple of cute smug villagers. One villager I truly hope doesn't visit is Pietro, the clown sheep. He is the literal worst. I had to deal with him on my second island, Canvas, unfortunately. But luckily, I was able to replace him with a different villager quickly. By the way, Gullivar sent me pirate pants. I don't think I'll be needing those. I can't wait. Let's head to the campsite now. Okay, it's Phil. I wasn't really expecting that, but okay, I've never had him before. We'll give him a fair chance. He's got great eyelashes, by the way. Just a heads up, if you don't like your first campsite villager, you can't not invite them to move in, which really sucks. If that happens, which a lot of the times it does, I just ignore them until they ask to move out. I know, I'm a big ol' meanie. Once introductions are over, you'll need to run over to Resident Services and tell Tom and Isabel that the visitor would like to move in. Tom will then give you a housing setup kit to place somewhere on the island. I will put Phil's home on the beach as per usual and then head back to the campsite to let Phil know he's been given the green light to move on to Cricket. It's kind of nice to be able to meet new villagers. I think I've only seen Phil a couple of times on Mystery Islands. Now we can head back to Resident Services to tell Tom that Phil is all set to move in, and Tom alludes to the fact that he has come up with a system of selling housing plots, which of course we will have to pay for out of our own bells, which honestly isn't very fair. Shouldn't the villagers wanting to move onto the island pay for their own housing plot? At least we will get Nook miles for our efforts, which is also kind of a scam because it literally goes right back into Tom's island expansion scheme. Before moving on to the next day, let's tell Tom we'd like to participate in the campsite ceremony. I think that if the campsite has a visitor inside, they should be allowed to participate, but apparently they are stuck inside of the tent, which I think is kind of rude. Unless it's Pietro, of course, or Rodney. Super cute. The next day was move-in day for Phil, and then we got to learn more about Tom Nook's grand plan to attract KK Slider to the island. Like I mentioned before, we will need to decorate the island, plant lots of trees and flowers, and invite more villagers onto the island. Since we are going with the flow, I am not selecting specifically themed villagers for this island. I don't know if that will change later on, but for now, I'd like to just kind of see who we end up meeting. And who knows, maybe we will find a bunch of cuties on Mystery Islands. Fingers crossed. Since we are already here, let's get the scoop on our island rating from Isabel. I know she will say it's just a 1-star island rating right now, but it shouldn't be too difficult to make it to 3 stars. Like I said earlier, it is going to take some time traveling, but we will get there eventually. We can also change the island flag to the cricket design I created earlier. I love how it came out. I will need to come up with an easy insect-themed song for my island tune. If you have any suggestions, definitely let me know. I've been saving my bells, so let's get with Tom Nook and sell some land. I still don't understand this 10,000 bell fee, but it is what it is. I'm getting excited to see which villagers will be occupying our plots. Let's head to the beach to place down the housing kit and then to the airport. The flag looks so cool. All right, it's the moment of truth. Oh no. This is not the cutie I was hoping for. Oh well, this'll have to do. He may not be aesthetically pleasing, but he seems nice enough. Glorious triceps? Not so much. New island resident secured. Let's move on to the next day. Interesting. We immediately have a thought bubble today. And Mabel is here. Looks like we will be losing a resident. That's okay. I have had Vesta before, so it seems like a good idea to just let her go. Maybe we will come across someone we've never had before. We will be buying another housing kit from Tom, but before we do, let's talk to Mabel and get some new clothing. If my calculations are correct, she will be asking to open up the Able Sisters shop next time she comes to visit the island. She has some really cute merchandise today. After purchasing pretty much all of the things, I decided to refresh my look. This heart shirt will be so cute for Valentine's Day. Adorable. Now let's head in to talk to Tom. Because Tom's dialogue is egregiously long, let's skip the familiar lecturing and head to the beach to place the next plot. I am starting to run out of beachfront land, but I think we can squeeze another one right here. Perfect. Now let's head to the airport. And hopefully into some sunshine. Ah, that's better. It's so gloomy back on our island. I spy a familiar figure. Aw, it's Hans. So many people hate on the gorilla villagers, and I really happen to like Hans. And Violet. Why do so many people have beef with them? Of course, Hans. Come to cricket. I mean, who could hate this guy? He's so cute. The next day, Hans moved in, and we said our goodbyes to Vesta. Hopefully, Vesta will come to visit after the new hotel has opened. After saying goodbye to Vesta, I stopped to visit with Mabel, who was back visiting the island. And I was correct. She spoke about her plans for a new clothing shop on the island and asked for assistance in placing the plot. We didn't have enough room on the beach, so I placed the kit behind some of the beachfront homes. Since the tailor shop will be established in a couple of days, we can start thinking about the types of custom designs we can download from the Custom Designs kiosk. Because this will be a natural island, I'll be sure to download natural paths, greenery, stone, and puddles. I'm also excited to see if anyone has created any insect custom designs. So I made a little mistake here. So Vesta is moving out tomorrow, and I purchased a housing kit today. So now tomorrow, Vesta's old plot will autofill, and I'll only be able to fill one of them today. Oops. I guess it's one less plot to think about. Fingers crossed it won't be anyone crazy. At least this is a cute villager. Charlize kind of reminds me of a green gummy bear. After we convinced Charlize to move to Cricket, we headed back home and met up with Daisy May, the turnip vendor. Daisy May comes to the island every Sunday before noon to sell her Graham Jones turnips. The turnips are good for eating, for energy, or you can buy them to play the stock market. Not the stock market, the stock market. But let's be real, they are pretty similar. You purchase a bundle of turnips from Daisy May, and every day before the next Sunday, you can visit Timmy and Tommy at Nook's Cranny twice a day, once before noon and once in the afternoon, to check the value of the turnips. When the value is high, sell to make a fortune. Be sure to sell them though, because they will rot if you hold on to them until the following week. There are a couple of rules though. No turnips in the drop box in front of Nook's Cranny. I am sure they don't want a rotten mess on their paws. And they don't buy turnips on Sundays. The next day, I caught this sweet moment as I was entering the resident services building to purchase the final housing plot. We are getting so close to the goal now. One last property near the beach, and we are off to our last mystery island. For now. Please be cute. Please be cute. Oh, it's Maddie. I don't think I ever had Maddie on an island, so I'm really excited to get to know her. She is really adorable. The next day, Maddie arrived to the island, and we found out that the tailor shop is officially open for business. We will also get to see who our accidental villager will be. Rhonda. Boo. This should do it. Let's check in with Isabel to check the island rating. We should be at a 3-star island rating by now. All right, we finally made it. Now that we've gained a 3-star island rating, KK Slider, the famous singer-songwriter, will be visiting the island tomorrow to put on a concert. And we will finally gain access to the Island Designer app. The Island Designer app gives us decorating power. We will start with a basic path tool and can redeem our Nook miles for additional pathing like in-game pathing or custom design pathing, terraforming, and waterscaping tools. In case you missed it, I hosted a live stream right around this point in the gameplay because the 3.0 update had just come out, and I didn't want to miss sharing it with all of you. So be sure to click the link above to check out what we got up to that day. Unfortunately, I had some technical difficulties early in the stream, so the stream starts out after the KK Slider concert took place. Luckily, I was able to at least salvage some of the footage. The last thing I want to do today is to check out the brand new Able Sisters tailor shop. Let's head there now. You can purchase clothing directly off of the mannequins or inside of the dressing room to the right, display custom clothing you've designed on the wall at the back of the shop, access the custom designs portal, and interact with Sable at the sewing machine. If you befriend her, she will help you out with some custom patterns you can use on furniture. What a busy day! We got a lot done! Thank you for watching! See you in the next one!